Our next story on the occasion of Food Day is about the Food Security Bill and all the questions it raises. Take a look at the group discussion brought to you by Rai Knights of Chembur.
%70 of the rural population and 50% of the urban population are entitled to 5 kilograms of grains at the cost of Rs 3, Rs 2 and Rs 1 for rice, wheat and other coarse grains respectively. But the new National Food Bill passed on 2nd September 2013 provides us with a PDS. And we have a lovely set of parents for the discussion on the National Food Security Bill. Now, which one of you parents would help me open up the discussion?
We definitely need to ensure to fight against malnutrition, which is one of the problems facing our country as seen from the NFHS 3 data. But one of the main critiques of this bill is that it does not really address malnutrition. It does not provide micronutrients. It does not provide other protein-based cereals. It provides only rice and wheat. And therefore, for me, one of the biggest critiques is does it really address malnutrition, which is the main problem, health problem of our country. Second, it is going to be implemented through the public distribution system. And there are several critiques done by experts in the last several years which point out that the PDS is in bad shape. There is a problem of leakage of pilferage of food grains and hoarding and then selling the grains into the black market. So how are we going to implement the food security bill through the PDS, which is already a system failing?
It is always that, we are, when vote bank has to be captured, food bill comes and, there are so many discussions. Now we are saying we were covering 45% of the population, we'll be covering 70% population. So whether we were sleeping for last 5 years.
Whether we should hand the fish over to them or whether we should teach them to fish. That is, should we provide them with a basic skill set such as carpentry, which takes no degree of course, or should we directly provide them with the food and the daily necessities which would encourage a rather lazy environment in our country?
We should teach them to fish. That's what I feel personally. And that's the right way, because giving away naturally makes no sense.
2/3 of the population is going to get grains at a very cheap rate. Why will the farmers want to work hard on the field? They spend around 16 rupees to create 1 kg of grain. So if it's easily available for 1 rupee or 2 rupees or 3 rupees, why will they want to work hard to create the food grains for us? So imagine a situation when they will stop working hard and maybe sell off their land and get more money. And then imagine a situation we won't have any food. Where will the government procure the grains in that scenario?
Government dominance on the market in the agricultural sector. That's what it would be at the end of the day, I guess.
Many people are labeling this bill as another method of vote garnering. So anybody would want to speak on that?
It's not a food security bill, it's about security bill. The timing is very important. Just less than a year away from the national elections. The government wants to actually create a vote bank for itself. Government is in a bad shape. If you look at the economic development, GDP has been at the lowest level in the last 10 years. So, and at this point of time, actually implementing such a scheme is a fiscally irresponsible. And the only rationale which could be thought about of such an expensive scheme is to garner votes.
As far as I'm concerned, I believe in knowledge, which will go far ahead. And we also know there is no free lunch in the world. So this is definitely for vote banking and nothing else, because this particular scheme is made for 3 years, okay, and after that it is bound to change.
Its effective implementation is the biggest challenge that we all are apprehensive about. And if we take two clear states as an example, Uttar Pradesh has a 57% leakage of its public distribution system. So that's clearly not an effective system, whereas meanwhile Chhattisgarh as a state has ensured its successful public distribution system, and they have roped in the state has taken charge and spending crores of rupees additionally out of their own personal state money to ensure that these systems are controlled very, very effectively, right from ration shops to involving gram panchayats. So I think there's a lot of learning from the success story of Chhattisgarh, and if we rightly implement this this modus operandi, I think it can go a long way in ensuring that our system is effectively implemented.
As an Indian citizen, I believe that this bill should be implemented with perfection and of course with lesser corruption. And thank you parents for joining us here on the discussion about the National Food Bill. On this note, this is YJ Ronak Shetty signing off for Young Journos.